Hello, welcome to All Things Small Business, where we talk all things small business. I am talking tonight to two business owners of two very different businesses. So stick with me and we'll be right back. And here's the show intro. Hello, I'm Denise Roberts, the host of All Things Small Business here on the Small Biz Spot, usually on YouTube. If you would do me a favor, go out there and subscribe to the Small Biz Spot on YouTube. It is youtube.com/@ the Small Biz BIZ Spot. My first guest tonight is the owner of a company that makes something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is sweet treats. We're talking to the snack lady, TAKIRRA Faulkner. So I'm going to bring her up right now. Hey, TAKIRRA. Are you, did I mute you? Okay, there you go. I can't hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Yep.
Hey,
Great.
hey.
Hey, how are you?
Very well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for spending time with me on a Friday night at 8:00. Did you have plans tonight?
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm trying this time out, just to see how it works.
Yeah.
Well, because business owners, we work at many different times of the day and night. And I'm just hoping that I'm grabbing an audience that might be available this time of day. I like it because it's called Friday Night Live. That's my little hashtag. Anyway, so can you talk about the snack lady, your business, who you are, your background?
Yes, absolutely. So, like you said, I am the snack lady. My name is TAKIRRA FAULKNER, born and raised in Washington, D.C. I have been baking for a very long time in the kitchen with my grandma. But professionally, I've been doing it for 2 years. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary, so that is really, really big. I started this business because I noticed that everything is just so different nowadays, and we've lost our sense of community. And I basically wanted to get back in touch with the nostalgia of providing the homemade sweet potato pies and good old pound cakes and stuff like that. So not only is this a bakery, but it's also a community for people that truly do love handmade, made from scratch desserts.
Okay. So we got sweet potato pies. Let's not talk about sweet potato pies because even Steve in the backstage know that I might give you a run for your money for those sweet potato pies. But I saw on Instagram your strawberry cupcakes and cakes. It looks delicious. I just love some really good strawberry cupcakes.
Yes, so I do it two different ways. So people, do the strawberry cupcakes if it's like a big event
Mhm.
and they want to provide desserts for other people, but then I also have the strawberry crunch mini cakes. That's for like, really don't want to share, but you want
Mhm.
something bigger than the cupcake. Um,
Mhm.
Giving people that variety where they're able to choose between the two, but also still get the flavor that they want.
Okay, so let's dig in a little deeper about why it is that you decided that you wanted to become a business owner. Because if I'm correct, I believe you told me that you quit your job, right? To do this full time, right? That's a leap of faith. How's it going?
No, definitely is big, big, big leap of faith, and I do not regret it. I don't
Mhm.
regret it. It has been going very well. Things have blossomed so much and so fast that it's like,
Mhm.
well, you know how you pray and you hope for something, and then like when it's actually here, it's like, whoa, like, okay, I gotta get this together. Like you have to create new systems, get new things in place to handle
Mhm.
all of the blessings that you've been praying for. You
Yeah,
gotta put, you gotta find, you listen. God move fast, and He's a big God. He gonna
it
bless
does.
you. Like
Mhm.
you to be ready for that. Like be ready with you. Anybody that is watching this right now,
Yeah.
you praying, ask God for all this stuff. You better be ready. Cause let me tell you something. When He opened up them gates and He started dropping down blessings, you better be ready. And that is one thing that I do feel as though it's taking me some time to navigate.
Mhm. Mhm.
um always grateful, but still asking like, okay, Lord, well, how do I do this? Like, okay, all right, I know you blessed me with this. Now let me not mess up the blessing and help me.
Mhm.
So yeah, I definitely did take a big leap of faith, and I do not regret it. I don't.
Okay. 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 Uh, when you first go into business,
Mm.
it's no secret that, starting out can be a little challenging. You may not necessarily see the profit that you want to see right away. Um, how has that been for you? And let me back up for a second. You provide a service for a catering service. Is that the business in a nutshell?
So it's multiple. The way that I structured the business is where I am able to do full round dessert industry, catering, custom cakes,
Okay.
um small get-togethers, and also retail and wholesale. So there's many different, and that's another thing that leads to what you're talking about, different streams of revenue within
Mhm.
one business, so that I'm not just locked into catering, or I'm not just locked into this or that. Is
Okay.
many different.
Okay. Okay. So so who are, for the most part, your customers?
For the most part, we are mainly retail and wholesale.
So you're in the stores?
Wholesale, we are in the stores,
Mhm.
yes. And for retail, we are farmers markets, at LA Fitness,
Mhm.
different locations all over the DMV area. Those are our main customers right now.
Okay. Are you a one woman shop?
Yes, man, I am juggling everything right now. However, I did just bring on one helper, and she has definitely, jumped in and tried to help as much as possible. But that takes time because you have to train people. You
Mhm.
know how you want things done, and it takes time. Everything takes time, but I am definitely grateful for it all. But yes, I am wearing a lot of hats right now.
Mhm. Mhm. Is this person that you brought on, are they helping prepare the food, or
Mm-mm, no, just with other tasks, all of the baking and stuff. That's
that's you?
all. That's all.
That's you. That's
I
you.
can't relinquish that yet. I can't get that up yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, helps with the
That
other.
might take some time, right?
Yes,
You
yes,
think
because
you'll ever get there?
I don't
Get to
know.
that point anytime soon?
I really do I think about it, but it's hard.
I understand that because that means that you have to give away your recipe secrets, right? Well,
Exactly.
right. And then if it becomes mass production, then really it's almost like assembly line, and it's not going to be the authentic
Yes.
you, or the authentic, you
Ex-
know, right, desserts that you prepare. It's no longer your real recipe.
yes. Yes.
Kind of like Patty's Pies. Hmm.
And that's okay. I think about it, but it's like, do I really? I mean, in order to grow a business, yes, you have to relinquish a lot of hats. But
Yeah.
it's like hat is like you holding on, like that good
Mhm.
old hands that it's like, I don't want to throw these away. Like,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh,
Mhm.
I don't know, but it's definitely something that I'm gonna have to face sooner than
Mhm.
later. Because in order
Mhm.
business to grow. You can't do everything. It's impossible.
Okay, so listen, I have seen this beautiful trailer
Yes. Yeah.
that's painted in pink. Not
Yes.
so sure how I feel about pink now. I love the pink, but um, and it's so cute. So how do you use the trailer?
Yes. So for the food trailer, that is mainly used for farmers markets,
Okay.
and different local events. The good thing about it is that with a food trailer, you don't have to worry about being tied to one specific area, one
Okay.
location.
Mhm.
Um, so I really do enjoy having the trailer because it does give that flexibility, where I'm able to maneuver throughout the area. Um,
Mhm.
it is pink, it is big and pink.
Mhm.
It's the eye, and like you said, it's beautiful. It catches the eye, and it just makes you feel, like, ooh, cupcake,
Yeah. Yeah.
like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is beautiful. It's really cute, actually. It feels like that's something that you could take to parties and things. Have you
Yes.
done that yet?
No, not yet, but I do have it on the trailer that, hey, we're available for that as well. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's talk about, I mean, has it always been a dream for you to own your own business, you
That's
think?
for exit. So as far as owning my own business,
Mhm.
I never gave it a thought. I had heard the word entrepreneur when I was a child, and I just, it was a weird word, and I'm like, what is entrepreneur? And
Mhm.
someone told me what it was, and they was like owning your own business, and I was like, oh, okay. That was the first time I heard it, and that was the last time I gave it a thought. I was like literally like 6 or 7.
Mhm.
And it didn't pop back up again until till I was in college. That's so funny. Like, literally the entire time I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. Then I wanted to go to law school and own my own firm and, all that kind of stuff. No.
Mhm.
It's so funny just to see how we think that we're going to do one thing and how we want to do one thing, and God has a completely different plan. So to answer
Mhm.
the question, no, I never. This was not the goal prior to it being the goal. If that
A
makes
and are you enjoying it now?
I am. I
Mhm.
really am. I would not trade it for nothing.
What do you love most about it?
About the
Owning
business.
your own business. Owning your own business.
Hmm.
Mhm.
As far as owning my own business, I really do enjoy the freedom.
Okay.
The freedom that it brings, it is like no other.
Mhm.
It's nice to have leadership and to have mentors, but to have a boss or a supervisor is totally different. And I just saw that within corporate America, that was just not for me.
Mhm.
um, and I've always been one to do my own thing, march to the beat of my own drum,
Mhm.
and go where God leads me, and this is where He has led me, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Talk about a challenge that
Mm-hmm.
you've had to face as a business owner and how you overcame it so far, because you it's 2 years out, right? Yeah. We don't have to talk about that one that we talking about if you don't want to, but I'm just saying.
Listen, because
Because there are many challenges, right? Yeah. Mhm.
listen, yes, absolutely. Okay, all right. So I'll I'll talk about the challenge that literally just happened.
Yeah,
What's
okay.
today? It's Friday. Yes. So
It's
literally,
Friday. It's Friday Night Live.
my trailer, my lovely, beautiful trailer, has been parked at a specific location for an ample amount of time. Nothing, it bothered nobody. No one said anything. In fact, people welcomed it and congratulated me on it. I go on vacation. Mind you, I hadn't had a vacation in approximately 10 years. So
Mhm.
I come back, feeling good and pumped up, like, yeah, that was a good vacation. Let's get back to work. I go to that said location. The trailer is gone,
Mm.
just gone.
Mhm.
It caused me to be confused because it had me second guessing, like, did I move it? Like,
No.
did I get somewhere? And
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, did you forget that you moved your trailer? And it's like, no, I didn't. It's always at this location.
Right.
So I had to jump over hurdles, run 5 races, and literally battle with 3 alligators to get to the conclusion that it was towed wrongfully. And not only was a notice not given, but it went from the base fee of 175 to a total of 600 something dollars in the matter of.
Mm.
So you want to talk about challenges? Yeah, there's many different challenges with this, but I just see it as a learning lesson
Mhm.
and a test of character, because
Okay.
what are you going to do? Are
Mhm.
you sit up here and cry about this for days? And matter of fact, yes, I did cry. Okay, let me say I cried
Mhm.
because it's cathartic for me. Yes, I cried.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And dust myself back off and got right back to it. We don't have time
Mhm.
to sit here and figure out who did it. We don't have to
Mhm.
sit here and figure out, well, why was this done? We don't have time for that. We have a goal. We're running a business, and at the end of the day, everything will work together for my good. So
Okay. 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 So did you get it back?
I did,
Okay.
and
I
we're keeping
haven't.
it rolling. We're keeping the ball
We're
rolling.
keeping it rolling. Good. 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 Good.
Yeah.
What's um if you are I know what I want to ask. Okay. So if you are you have this business, this dessert business, do you have a set menu or do you kind of create things as you go along? What's your
Yeah, that's a really good
business name?
question. We
Mhm.
actually have, it depends on where we are, right? So
Mhm.
for markets, we offer certain things, and then for wholesale, we offer certain things, and for general retail, we offer certain things.
Mhm.
Now, trailer, it would strictly be um it'll be, a plethora of different things on certain days. So some
Mhm.
might have X, Y, and Z, and on another day we might have pound cakes and cookies and slices of cake. So we're doing it where it's like it keeps the crowd interested as opposed
Mhm.
to the same exact
Mhm.
every single day, every single time.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So your model is now you have how many different services? How many in terms of your business model?
There are 4.
4. Okay. All right. Do you stick to them? Do you have to change up? Do you have to pivot ever?
Yes, definitely had to pivot. Some things that I thought would sell did not sell. I mean,
Mhm.
people are a few, but
Mhm.
it just didn't sell enough for me
Mhm.
to, incorporate into the business long
Mhm.
term. So pivoting, that's a big thing. You have to know how to pivot and to know, okay, even if you really like something really bad and you really like this flavor and it's delicious to you and to other people, but it's just not hitting on nothing and people aren't buying it. So you gotta
Yeah.
let
Okay.
you got
And in terms of when you got started, did you need any kind of help? Like, did you have to did you need to get a loan or a business loan? What was, talk about the process of you getting started?
right. So
Mhm.
I when I first started this business, I said that I did not want to take out a loan. Um,
Mhm.
you know, that just wasn't the route that I was trying to go. So no, I currently do not have any business loans. However, it is nice knowing that they are there in case I do need it. Um,
Mhm.
not necessarily saying that, it's a backup plan, but it's nice to have a safety net. Um,
Mhm.
you do need that.
Okay. What advice do you have for someone who might want to go into the dessert business industry or even just the food industry?
Hmm?
Mhm.
Be yourself. and be creative.
Mhm.
Do not follow what everybody else is doing.
Mhm.
If they going left, go right. If they say pink, you say blue. Like it, be yourself and know that you're worthy of being in this space. You're
Mhm.
worthy of being present. You're worthy
Mhm.
of all the things that God has for you. Um,
Mhm.
just knowing that, listen, hard times are gonna come. You just have don't give up. That's the do not give up. If you don't take nothing from this video, please do not give up. So yes.
All right. Thank you, Takira, for coming on tonight. It's been a treat. I'm gonna make sure that I put in an order for some of those strawberry cupcakes because
Yes.
that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. I'm not a big fan of cake, but I do love the strawberry cakes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to put a plug out there for anybody who watches this tonight?
Yes, absolutely. So, not this weekend, but next weekend we will be having a cupcake decorating class. There are a couple seats left.
Mhm.
So, if you go to my Instagram at the Snack Lady LLC, click the bio, you will literally see the tab for the tickets. You click that, go ahead and sign up. Tickets are $50. That includes every single thing that you would need. And the best part about it is that you get to eat the cupcakes afterwards. Like, I mean, who don't want to do that? Also be having a Juneteenth special. 50% off of all sweet potato pies. I haven't told anybody yet. I haven't even released it on Instagram. It's scheduled to be released later on tomorrow. But make sure you all go ahead, tap in, and take advantage of this 50% off special because I'm telling you, this is big.
Yep.
Very big.
All right. All right, Takira. I wish you best of luck, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Oh, let me make sure I know how to work this. All right. All right. All right. Okay. We ran over just a few minutes. I'm so glad that Takira was able to make it today. I've been planning on talking to her for a really long time, but my next guest is somebody who is a friend. Right, Steve? You shake your head. Yes. I can't see. So this next guest is a trendsetter in the area of lobbying, um, in his own right. And his name is Steve Proctor, and the name of his company is GS Proctor and Associates. And we're going to talk to him about lobbying. Hey, Steve.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on here with me. I wasn't, I had taken a break a long, for a little while. And it took me a minute to get these things back up, but I wanted to make sure that I do this because I like to, um, one, help small business owners. I'm a small business consultant myself. But I also like to talk about things that aren't necessarily always talked about when it comes to being in business. And because I think that, people can learn from other people's experiences. And you are a very successful businessman in your community and in your state. And so, can you just share, who is Steve Proctor and what it is that you do?
Sure, absolutely. I would love to. But before I do that, if it's okay, I would really like to say thank you for all that you do for the business community and the community at large. I think it means a lot to both sectors. So I really appreciate you for doing that. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you for having me this evening. So
Thank
um,
you. Thank you.
absolutely. But Steve Proctor and GS Proctor and Associates is a family owned business. And the reality of it is, I tell people all the time that we're in the people business. And by that, I mean, we represent business owners who want to do projects in the community. And what we really do at the end of the day is facilitate meetings between the community leaders and business leaders. One
Mhm.
thing that I think is critical, is we try to create win-win relationships. And by that, we want to make sure all of the stakeholders feel that they were heard, feel respected, and that they were part of the process. So GS Proctor and Associates, actually in January of this coming year, will celebrate our 30th year in business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. So we're excited about that. So yes.
Okay. 30 years in business. What did you do before then?
Actually, I came out of college and I started working at a bank. I ran a bunch of campaigns. Those folks won, and people called me and said, "Can you help me get a meeting with that person?" I said, "Sure." And in January of 1995, I started with one client, got to 3 clients. The following year, I went to 17, and now we have well over 100 clients, 4 offices, and 20 plus people in those offices. And we lobby at the local, state, and federal lobby level. But by that, I really mean, we, like I said, we really just try to bring people together and find a happy medium, find a compromise. We tell people all the time that, look, here's the reality of it. Nothing is going to stay the same. Change is going to occur. What I think is critical is that you are a part of the process and you deserve a seat at the table. So that's what we try to do.
So you are a facilitator.
Yes.
And you're in the relationship business.
Correct. We're in the relationship business. We facilitate. And I also want to say that Prince George's County in particular is near and dear to my heart. Live here, work here, go to church here, offices headquartered here. 75-80% of our employees are from Prince George's. I'm big on hiring local. I'll be willing to bet you that we have more women and people of color than any other shop in this region of our size. It's very important that we give young folks an opportunity. So we've got a lot of young people that have come with us that we're training and building for the long haul.
You said that you're a family-owned business. Not every, as a man, or maybe men in general, not every, I know, a lot of men would want their children or maybe their sons, their daughters to follow in their footsteps. And that doesn't always happen. But it's happened for you. How did this become a family business?
Oh, we are a family business by every stretch of the imagination. So my wife works there. She is the CFO. My son works there, Senior Vice President Trey. His wife is the COO.
Okay.
Her first cousin is an office administrator. So we are absolutely by every stretch of the imagination a family-run business. But I think it really helps us in terms of creating our culture. So when other folks join, every layer, there is someone in the family who's interacting with them. Because to me, that culture piece is critical. And by that, I think most people would recognize that giving back and being philanthropic is one of our main pillars. This community has absolutely blessed us more than anyone could ever imagine. And I think we absolutely have an obligation to give back to the community. So at every turn, we try to partner with the community.
That is awesome. And I want to thank you for that because would you say that it is actually one of the many responsibilities of businesses in communities is, to give back, to help the community, to hire from the community?
Absolutely. But let me say this to you, though. I think it is an obligation. But I'm also say this to you. It's smart business. I have found that the more we give back, the more we receive. It's incredible. I know the Bible says it, but in all seriousness, the more we have given back, the more we have received. It has been absolutely phenomenal. The community has embraced us. So we will always embrace and support the community because they have just been a true blessing to our shop.
That's awesome. since you're a family-owned business, how are you able to balance and separate the business from family? And how much of an impact can owning your own business have on the relationships that you have with your family or the people that are closest to you?
Yeah, that is a great question, because I would be misleading you if I say it didn't have an impact.
Mhm.
But what we try to do is make sure that we communicate. We're always talking to each other. Trey and I talk every morning at 7:30.
Mm, that's
And
pretty
what
early.
Yeah. Well, it's really comical because what
Yeah.
I try to do at 7:30, I know he or Lita are on their way to this getting the girls ready for school. So my
Okay.
granddaughters. So I try to make a point of talking to them before they go to school, wish them a good day.
Uh-huh.
But also Trey and I will talk about what are the highlights of the day, what's big, what's important, what
Uh-huh.
events, things of that nature.
Mhm.
But we also spend a lot of time together as a family. So we make sure that we block those times out. So we
Mhm.
are always together on all the major holidays. We try to get together on weekends. It's critical because, as you know, during the week, we're out a lot at different events, supporting the community and doing
Mhm.
things in the community. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
absolutely has an impact on family,
Mhm.
but you've got to make it a priority and you've got to be disciplined to make it happen. And we've all committed to it very, very sternly.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. It sounds like you kinda stumbled on the business of becoming a lobbyist. And
Um,
what and
No, it wasn't really a stomach. I was very clear that's what I wanted to do when and matter of fact, I graduated from George Washington University with a degree in political science.
okay.
But the reality of it is, I really wanted to go become a lawyer. But when I came out that summer after
Mhm,
graduation, I started working at a bank and it was pretty lucrative.
mhm,
But I knew I wanted to, so that's why I got involved and helped a lot of campaigns and was always very active in the community and with the campaign part of it. And I said, I like this even more than I really wanted to do the law thing,
mhm,
but the lobbying was always going to be a part of it.
mhm.
But it actually started to dominate and became the real focal point of the business.
So did you go to law school? Did you become
I
an
did,
attorney?
no,
You
no,
did not. You did
I
not.
did not. Yeah,
You you do
yeah.
very how many clients would you say you have?
I can tell you exactly. We have 117 clients.
Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, and
That's
each year when the Maryland Ethics releases the numbers, we're always in the top 10. But what
mhm,
I find very interesting is, to my knowledge, we're the only one in there that's not a lawyer. But
mm,
it's fascinating because the legal shops are one of our biggest sources of business. They refer the business to us because we do that community outreach. And I guess at the end of the day, because we don't do legal, we're not a threat or take the client. So we actually have a great working relationship with the law shop, with the law offices and law firms. So it's really a good partnership. Again, collaboration is key.
yeah, yeah. Are a lot of the law firms, do they have like a lobbying component to their business as well?
In Prince George's County, most of them do zoning work, and
Mhm.
we partner and we would do the outreach work.
Okay. Got
Hmm.
it. Got it. That's amazing. That's
Hmm.
amazing. What does it take to be a lobbyist?
Everyone will tell you, and they're correct,
Mhm,
that you have to work hard, be disciplined, and all of that. And that's all very accurate. Make no
mhm,
bones about it. You've got to, hone your skills. You've got to know your craft. But I'm going to share something else with you is you can be as smart as a whip, but you also need an opportunity. Um,
mhm,
so I tell people all the time when the young folks call me, I said, absolutely. If that's really your intent, that's your goal, I will help you. I will support you. But you've got to be willing to work with people, collaborate, joint venture, partner. So I think anytime you have an opportunity to get to a networking event, meet people, engage people, and because
mhm,
at the end of the day, this really is a people business.
mhm,
Yeah. So that's what I tell. That's my advice to them.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Can you talk about a challenge that you've had to face in your business and how you overcame it?
Sure. Um, we struggle all the time with, believe it or not, is this going to sound, people in business will appreciate this. You can go out of business by not having enough business, but you can also grow your business too fast, and you can get out over your skis and get hurt. So one of the challenges that we watch all the time is the rate of growth, so that we're not trying to do too much. I never have tried to be all things to all people all the time. And it's tempting when there's a check out there. It's very tempting to pursue it. So I think that the challenge is to always stay disciplined. And as they say, we try to stick to our knitting. The big challenge that I'm having right now is, it's a challenge, but it's also a great opportunity, is the transition. As I get older and as Trey starts to take over, what does that transition look like? Then also the other piece that we're starting to do, even though we're 30 years in, we're actually starting to go into some of these land deals. So we're actually part owner of some of these development deals. So we're just trying to navigate and balance all of that at the same time.
So is that what your ultimate goal is before, and I'm glad you brought that up about, Trey taking the business over. And I would say that you're fairly blessed, because that means that this business is going to live on.
Correct.
A lot of people don't think about succession planning. And this is one option of succession planning, as long as you have someone in your family or someone you're close to that's willing and wants to do that work. Did you think about that beforehand? Like, at what point did Trey get involved in the business? What, did you have to coax him? Did he just want to do it?
Great question. Actually, Trey wanted to come over to the business when he graduated from college. It was my game plan to bring him over. My wife said, absolutely not. He needed to go work somewhere else and get some experience and learn the business, so to speak. So he went to another company and worked there for 5 years. And then we brought him in. And this year, actually this month, is Trey's 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
And he had been with the company 10 years. And it was always our plan to, as far as a succession plan for Trey to take over. What does that look like? That's what we're still talking about. Because, for the grandkids, yes, we would do lobbying, but the development side of things has become very intriguing. And we're currently involved in 8 deals where we're, part owner of a shopping center, part owning of an apartment building. And I like that, because I think even as you look beyond Trey, that creates more opportunities and more avenues for the grandchildren to explore, whether they want to go into development, property management. There's so many things that spring up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's really awesome. God, you're just doing the damn thing, Steve.
We're trying, but
Yeah.
a lot of people have helped us. We've been very blessed.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What does it take to be a successful business owner for any business? What are the characteristics that you should have if you want to run your own business?
I tell people, it's going to sound, hokey, but I tell folks all the time, without a doubt, you have to know your craft, and you normally do, because if you want to go in it, clearly you're going to be pretty passionate about it. But you also have to, I know it's old school, but I'm very serious. You have to have integrity. You have to be authentic. You have to be committed. You have to be willing. I still say you have to be willing to work with people. Too often, folks come at something that it's, all or nothing, or it's their way or the highway. I'm a huge fan of collaboration, partnering, joint venturing, working with other folks. When I bring folks together, quite often, some of my most successful outcomes have been when both sides left a little bit happy and a little bit upset. Because I feel if you got a half a loaf and the other person got a half a loaf, to me, that was a success. Because no one leaves angry or bitter. Everyone feels that they left heard and respected, and they actually, made a difference in endeavor.
Would you say customer service is an important part of your business?
Critical. That's absolutely.
Mhm.
It's so funny. We have a staff meeting once a month, and June's meeting is all about client service. And what you got to not worry about, what we focus on is
Mhm.
we are growing so fast that yes, you want to give those new customers that client service,
Mhm.
but you don't ever want to neglect those legacy clients. So
Mhm.
it's always a balancing act. So
Mhm.
we run formulas to say, hey, when do we need to bring in more people? How
Mhm.
are we still servicing our folks? I want to make sure that everyone feels when they come with us that they get that service that's exactly what they expected. And to just give you some perspective, our first 3 clients that started with us 30 years ago
Mhm.
today are still clients.
Wow. Hmm. That means they never left you.
Exactly.
And that's for a reason, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about well, you said they have to be passionate, they have to be authentic, they have to love what they do. Collaboration is key. Um but if it's I always like to ask the question to entrepreneurs about whether or not you do you think it's more important to do something that you love or find something that's needed, and which which one is more important, something that you love or something that where there's a need to
See, to me, those two are not mutually exclusive.
Mhm.
I tell people all the time, there is absolutely nothing wrong with, in fact, I like doing things for purpose and
Mhm.
for profit.
Mhm.
You can do good and do well at the same time. And
Yes.
that's the key, is to find
Mhm.
a way something that you enjoy, that
Mhm.
you're good at, but you can make a difference.
Mhm.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because we do that all the time. We actually don't accept or don't take every client. We really don't,
Mhm.
because I don't feel, if it's not going to make a difference in a positive way in the community, or if it's not beneficial to us, or if it's not beneficial to the quality of life overall,
Mhm.
we're fortunate enough we can say thank you so much, but let me refer you to some other shops
Mhm.
out there. So I think it is critical that you do good and do well at the same time.
How important would you say marketing is to a business? Because
It's
you
very,
know what? I don't, you know how I see GS Proctor? I see GS Proctor participating in community events. I see their
mhm,
logo, your logo somewhere. I don't see commercials. I
right,
don't see 50% off or,
right.
because, and it's not that kind of business, right? But, you know, is that, what is your primary form of marketing and how important do you think it is to the success of your business?
It is so funny that you asked that question, because we talk about it all the time, because we don't run ads in the yellow pages, billboards, and we don't run ads.
Mhm.
What we do that I think is important is we support and partner with the community. So any dollars that we would have spent on, quote, your traditional marketing,
Mhm.
we reinvest in the community.
Awesome.
So I'll tell you right now, if someone calls me about a table at a gala for a scholarship or for seniors,
Mhm.
you're correct. You'll see our ad in that book saying, congratulations on your anniversary, or this gala, or this dinner, or this
Mhm.
scholarship program.
Mhm.
But you won't see us on a billboard or just on Facebook. And when you see us, we are promoting someone or something in the
Mhm.
community, or supporting a cause in the community. You know,
Um, if you are starting out, or let me just ask you this. Let's go back to when you started out, right? So when you first started out, how many people did you have in your business?
when I first started, my mom retired from the government, came out and answered the phones for me.
Okay.
My wife would do the paperwork on weekends. So it literally, I was doing all the cases. My wife was still working in the government,
Uh-huh.
doing billing, invoicing, contracts, and my
Wow.
mom was answering the phone. And then we quickly, grew to where we're, over time grew to where we are. But we started with absolutely, it was me all by myself in the beginning.
And as you began to grow and hire outside of the family, did you place emphasis on the culture of that you wanted to create for your company?
It's all about that. Absolutely correct. I tell people quickly, when I interview someone, I'm looking for work ethic, culture in terms of giving back. Because you know what? I can teach you how to count votes. I can teach you how to kill a bill. I can teach you how to pass a bill. I can't teach you integrity. I can't teach you honesty. And I can't teach you work ethic. I want to know, do you have those core values? Everything else we can work with. So we have folks who work with us who have never, ever lobbied before. Then we've got folks who are retired experts in their respective industries, but they all share a common goal that they have a good work ethic, they're honest, they have integrity, and they absolutely believe in giving back. So that to me is critical. That culture is foremost for us.
Okay. What's been the most rewarding for you doing this business?
The most rewarding is to see a project come to fruition that absolutely benefits the community. And you may never meet all of the end users, but you made a difference in their lives. We were on the lobbying team for the P3 for the school system. To know that those new schools opened up, we won't meet most of those kids, but to know that those kids have a new school in their community that they can be proud of makes a difference. Or to do a housing project and sometimes pop in and see that single mom getting her first house, or there's nothing more rewarding than that. Or on the other end is when we do support a cause and we go and we see a scholarship recipient. Just very briefly, I know we're tight on time, but one thing, I didn't even realize this. Years ago, I supported a scholarship program with a church, and young man got a scholarship. We gave him, I don't forget the dollar amount, but I heard his story was so awesome. He wanted to go to college. He'd be the first person in college from his family. He wanted to become an engineer, and he wanted to speak Japanese. Years later, I'm in a restaurant. This guy walks over and wants to pay for my lunch, and he starts talking to me in Japanese.
And what was the last thing?
He spoke to me in Japanese.
Oh.
And I don't speak Japanese, only to realize that was that young man that we had helped get through college. He had fulfilled his dream. He was an engineer for General Motors, and they had sent him to Japan as an engineer. Yeah, it was
wow.
Yeah, so that really felt good.
Yeah, that's a real feel good story. That's that's very inspiring. Also,
Right.
How when you started out. Did you have anybody to mentor you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Actually, I had two older gentlemen that backed me. They were not in the lobbying business, but they were in business. And I would sit and just talk to them. And in fact, one of them is the one that really started me in business. One day we were talking, he reached in his desk and wrote me a check. He said, "Start your business. I'm tired of hearing you talk about it. Start your business." And he said, "If you're successful, pay me back. And if you don't make it, don't worry about it."
So
6 months later, I paid him back, and we never looked back.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you mentor entrepreneurs, people who want to start their businesses?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All the time. I will share with them what I know. And when I say mentor, I'll tell them the mistakes that I made, how, hopefully to avoid some of the mistakes that I made, some of the red flags to look out for. I don't just tell them, that everything's going to be peaches and cream and come up roses all the time.
Right.
It's business is rough.
Yeah.
Between regulation, the political climate, the economic situation, it changes constantly. So I tell them the real nitty gritty, but I do it in a very encouraging way. I don't try
Right.
to discourage them. But yes, all the time. Yes.
What's your busiest time of the year?
Because we do local, state, and federal, we really don't have an off season.
Okay.
We just change venues as to where we're working. I tell people the only thing for us is each day is it a home game? Is it a away game? You know, but it's always game on.
If people want to, excuse me, talk to you or get more information from you, excuse me,
Okay.
where can
Good.
where can they go to find out more information or how to get in contact with you?
Sure, absolutely. Our website is www.gsproctor.com, or they can just call our main office. But we would love to talk to folks and help folks. The one other thing that I'd like to share with you that we're going to, talk about supporting the community because they've supported us. We're going to be announcing, we're going to send out a save the date later this year, but we're going to do a huge 30-year anniversary community party.
Oh, awesome.
We're going to do a big, party for the community. Free food, free entertainment, music, everything just for the community. So we're nailing down a venue right now that's large enough to hold 600 people. And we're going to have a big free party for the community just to say thank you and let everyone know how grateful and how much we appreciate them.
Oh, please let me know when you have that flyer together so I can help promote that for you.
Absolutely. It'll be next spring or summer, but we're going to do a big 30th. And then we're going to also do a prayer breakfast. The religious community has been a big part of our success as well.
Oh, great. Awesome. Awesome. Steve, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I
Oh.
know how busy you are on Friday night. So, I feel special.
Oh, no, it was my honor. I think the world of you. I love what you do in the community. So anytime I can, lend my voice or chime in, I'm here for you. We're friends first and foremost, but I love what you do with the business community. So just thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, thank you. I definitely consider you a friend. Look, I'm sitting up here trying to figure out how to work this stuff over here, but I definitely appreciate knowing you and learning from you and all of the support that you've given me. So thank you, and I wish you all the best. And you can call on me anytime.
Well, thank you. Same here. So thank you so much.
All right. All right. So I would like to know what you think about any of the information that you've heard here in the comments below. If you've learned anything, please let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll always try to get them for you. But I want to thank you again. I will see you next Friday night live on All Things Small Business. Thank you. Love you.